تحسين وصول التعليم ذوي الإعاقة وجودته وتوفير فرص العمل تمثل أحد أهداف مؤتمرنا اليوم. فستكون معنا الأستاذة المساعدة بجامعة عبد الملك السعدي بالمغرب الدكتورة إيمان ريسوني.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Iman, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and colleagues, good morning. I'm very honored to be invited by our colleagues from the Arab Academy to take part in this valuable conference, which provides a forum for policy practitioners, experts, and stakeholders to discuss the crucial issue of disability. So before delving into the review of my presentation, which will back down the progress of this project and its impact and added value on my university, I would like first to express my gratitude to our colleagues from the Arab Academy who are organizing and this fabulous conference and turning this into a smoothly running meeting with many very interesting presentations, posters, and interventions, and a very good atmosphere for discussion and networking. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the project coordinator and to all the partners who have successfully managed projects in their own countries and who made it an outstanding array of experiences and shared practices about disability, social and professional integration. Let me first give a minute to share my presentation with you. Okay, here is it. 1 minute, please. Okay. Can you see the presentation now? Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay. So the title of my presentation runs as follows. It's Education for Students with Disabilities, Improving Access, Quality, and Employment Opportunities. So in this presentation, I'm gonna give you an idea about facts we discussed after we undertook a SWOT analysis about the situation of disability in our university. So first of all, after we conducted a survey or a SWOT analysis about the situation of disabled students in our university, we came up with the conclusion that learning disabilities in our university are learning disabilities, and especially here in our case we have students with dual disabilities. So the number of students with disabilities in our university equals 60 or more students from different disciplines in the university. So we have recognized many facts, the most important of which is that those students are denied access to education, higher education, or sometimes they are denied access to certain scientific disciplines, or while in other times some students are denied access to their studies, to their master's or doctorate studies. So also we have recognized the fact that students' academic backgrounds do not match the job market requirements. Okay? When they graduate from the university, they struggle to find a job that suits their qualifications. Okay? So disabled employees also face reluctance from employers to make any adjustments to their workplace. So they even if they find a job, the employer does not make it suits their own disability requirements. Okay. Also, the other problem we have used is that the educational material used in trainings or in education is not disability friendly, and there are no trainers qualified in special education. So, in light of these facts, we have tried to tailor some perspectives. Okay, we have tried as much as to the best of our ability to try to tackle issue of disability from different angles. So we have tried to first recognize disability in the context of diversity and balance the ideas of normality versus disability, which is mostly related to the psychological aspect. We've also tried to increase access to education and to professional life as well. So trying to students and to open students into socio-economic environment, okay? Make an effort to integrate this disabled students into the academic and professional life as well. So we tried to offer accessible instructional material, assistive technology, software and hardware. We will see a list of the material we provided to those students, and we tried to train those students on the use of soft skills as well, on the use of the material provided, and also the use of soft skills that would enable them to join the labor market in the future after graduation. So the first thing we did, we had already created an accessibility center 8 years ago, or 7 years ago in 2015, and the University Accessibility Center has been established according to the no limit standards used in the European member states and following the legacy of the SwD project. So it was located in the ancient presidency in Martia, okay, one of the cities that it is where most campuses are located. But now we decided to move the accessibility center to the Faculty of Law, which receives the majority of disabled students and which has many parents for the students with the disabilities. Okay? We've tried to organize many trainings in the accessibility center. Sometimes students try to bring the monitor or a person or an expert in the field of disability to train them how to use some equipment, okay, some hardware equipment. Sometimes volunteers or students volunteers come to the center and support their peers or their friends on the use of the material. So here, as you see, here is a list of the equipment we have purchased during the project lifetime. So as you see, we have hardware and software equipment, okay? Voice recognition systems, Zoom text, screen readers, voice sticks for people with physical disabilities, signaling devices, sound amplifiers, and so on and so forth. We have also provided them with laptops, okay? And we have set up a number of applications on those laptops. Applications that are disability friendly and are mostly fit their own needs. So we have also organized a number of trainings in career centers that we have in the university. So actually we have two career centers in the university. One is situated in one in our city, while the other is situated in Marti in Algiers. So in those career centers, we have tried as much as we could to organize a number of trainings. Okay? So the relevance of these trainings, they offer orientation services with information on jobs and sectors, and this information is provided by specialized consultants and advisors in the field. So we organize workshops to train students to get help and integrate in the job market. We also organize trainings in soft skills, and by soft skills, I mean analytical thinking, written and verbal communication, leadership, how to write CVs, how to write applications online, how to prepare students for interviews, how to prepare them for problem-solving tools, and so on and so forth. So I think that this part of training, of organizing trainings in the career center was very new for those students, okay? Because they learn something practical. It's not only about theories, about giving lectures, or about use of the equipment, but it opens them on another aspect of life. It teaches them how to open on the virtual world. Okay. So here comes the change or the movement from isolation into integration. So here we've tried as much as we could to improve access to education and to improve the quality of education for students with disabilities. So as I said earlier, the students who benefited from equipment and from these trainings were mainly students with visual disabilities. Okay, so needless to mention that the advances in technology for these individuals led to increased productivity in terms of graduation and later on to many employment opportunities for them. So as I said, students were able to move from isolation into integration in their social and academic life. So they created their own club on April 2015, and they crafted its own internal regulation by themselves. Okay, and they started when the year ends, and the following year, new students enroll in the university. So they playing club and learn from their peers necessary tools that facilitate their academic and educational life. Students with disabilities also, as I said, created their club, and we have organized a number of meetings with the presidents and with the staff of the university, of our university, to make this process of integration smooth and valuable. We've also established a number of cooperations with associations that deal with the issue of disability. So the most important ones here are the Blind Association for Blind People, White Pigeon, Hanan Association, and the Awa'il Association. So these last two associations deal with different kinds of disabilities, not only with the disabled, with the visually disabled people. So the aim of this operation is to create the solutions, enable an active inclusion of persons with disabilities in all relevant policies. Okay, so it's a way for disabled students to prove rights in a formal way. Okay, and it is only through associations that they can achieve this. In December 2020, the university signed a cooperation agreement with Halal Association. As you see in the pictures, it's a very important decision we made because it will contribute in the sustainability of the project. So Halal Association deals with different kinds of disabilities, and it follows students from birth until graduate from secondary school, and they then join the university. So through this cooperation agreement, we have had the idea of making use of the material of the equipment available in the accessibility center by those students. So we were going to give access to these students to come to the accessibility center and make use of the equipment available there. So it is a way for the project to be sustainable even after it ends. And even after European funding is over, so it's a way for us and for our university to make use of this accessibility center equipment even after the project ends. And it is through this cooperation agreement that this can be made possible. Here is a list, as you see, a list of students with disabilities who graduated from university and who were able to get a job in the labor market. So from 2019, they started getting jobs in different ministries, in the Ministry of Health, in the Ministry of Justice, some got a job in the Ministry of Culture, and so on and so forth. So now students moved from being incapable and unemployed into being capable and employed and in the labor market, and they started to have a voice, to have a voice in society and in the world in general. Here is a picture of our team, okay, in the university, some administrative staff, and some of the students who were who made use of the material on an equal on a daily basis or on a constant basis. So thank you for your attention, and I look forward to exploring further avenues of collaboration, engagement between our university and all the partners of the PACES project, who became really very dear to our hearts. We become a family, and we by this I say I wish we could explore other aspects related to disability and make a difference in this realm. Okay, thank you everybody for being positive and for being patient in listening to my presentation. Thank you, and I give the floor to the following intervention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Iman. It was an honor having you with us. And now we have the time for our coffee break.